Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back. It's been a while, I must say. Quite a while indeed. Oh gosh. I don't even know what buttons do anymore these days. Alright. I do remember we're trying to get more progress done. Easy. Just sail across the Death Ocean filled with poisonous jellyfish. No worries whatsoever. Alright. You have fought. You I haven't fought. Perfect. What's beyond the horizon? Only death. But yeah, so, a little bit of a hiatus, I must say. We had my mother visit. So that, of course, takes time and whatnot. That's still a good visit, but on top of all that, because I don't have enough life problems as it is, but I believe the router is dying. Very slow, painful death. Not a whole lot I can do to it. It's basically just blinking in and out as far as giving us access to the internet. So that's a good day. So we might have to grab a whole new one, which is a shame because this router is actually like pretty darn good, but we've had it for a good number of years and it's been tasked with running plenty of devices at the same time, so it's a little worked up. And of course electronics in Arizona, that just doesn't work. It's not a thing to do. But I'm hoping, because the past couple days it's been definitely a little temperament, just throwing a tantrum left and right, but today's actually been a rather calm day where it's kept the internet running. So we'll see. I'm hoping tomorrow my time at least, that it'll be pretty stable enough that I can do some streaming with it. Because I couldn't do it the day before I recorded this. It was just too unstable. I was like, okay then. Back to the drawing board, I suppose. But because I like to stream. That's just a nice way to relax. Especially when it's just burning off some steam on some Fall Guys. Brilliant work. But I need more problems, I think is what I need. My life is not filled with enough stress. Need to be more like my router. Just broken, barely gasping for air. I'm actually trying to think. It might be like 3 or 4 years old, somewhere in that time frame. Like it's just run constantly with, you figure, 3 different Xboxes. Like, I mean, I have 2 computers here alone. You've got 2 more computers. Just phones for each of us. It's ridiculous how much it constantly is just being used to just push internet everywhere. So it's lived a hard life, but it's been a good life. We'll give it a proper burial. I would give it a burial at sea, but we live inland, so that's not gonna work out too well. There we go. Swimming's great. Sunbuns aren't. Actually, I would say that swimming isn't great. That's just me. I am the only sane person left on this planet. I have come to that conclusion through COVID-19. No one else. I probably should have used Slash. Just, hindsight's 2020. There we go. Critical hits. Perfect. Level 37. Gotta get everybody all leveled up. I will say, so I've been recently-ish, because I don't think I started doing this before my mother came and visited. but I've been playing a Pokemon trading card game a little bit more seriously now, the online version at least. And it's actually been fun. I got enough of the coins to go purchase a deck, and you may not believe it, but I purchased one of the newer decks, which contains the Charizard family lineup. Shocker, right? Like, why would I buy a Charizard deck? But it's actually really fun to play with, because it's similar to a style of playing with a Charizard deck that I would use back in the original generation of trading card game, where the generation that I actually had physical cards. But very similar thinking style, like, different in a lot of ways, but very similar style of trying to basically get Charizard as quick as possible and just deal the damage insanely quickly. It doesn't always work, I admit. Sometimes you get dealt a bad hand and there's nothing you can do about it. But every once in a while, it just all fits into place. It's nice too, because it gives you, like, I have 2 Charizards with that deck. Very nice, because it means that in a worst case scenario, I can always discard 1 and still be fine. And then on top of that, the deck has, I think it's Fishing Rods, I think is the name of the card, where you can grab 2 energy from your discard pile, shuffle them back into your deck. You can grab 2 Pokemon and shuffle them back into your deck, or you can do both of those options. I'm like, what is going to be a better rod than that? So there's ways to get stuff back into a possibility of finding again with that deck. Love it very much. I'm like, it's actually really well constructed. I plan to buy other decks, because the daily challenges in Trading Card Game Online is that it's like, you know, you either have to evolve a certain type of Pokemon some number of times, like, you know, water, grass, fire, or, you know, deal damage with this type of Pokemon. And basically what I have is that I have basically the Charizard deck, and then I have the other starter decks that I've unlocked for multiplayer purposes. And, I mean, like, the starter decks aren't terrible, but, I mean, they're not my Charizard deck or the other ones out there, so I'm planning on expanding the number of choices I have to make it a little bit easier, because I would like to win. It's not the end of the world if I don't win, but winning on top of getting my daily challenges is a nice thing. Just 2 stones with 1 bird, as it were. But yeah, so that's been my new thing recently. Going into that. It's nice too, cause like, I've done the part of like buying like physical cards and physical decks back in the day, and now that I'm older and I can get the cards I want essentially eventually through booster packs for just playing the game, I'm like, I don't actually have to buy a physical copy of the deck, as it were. I wouldn't say no to it if I got it eventually, but it would definitely be more as a collector's item rather than being this is what gets me into, you know, tournament style plays. I'm quite happy with having the virtual cards and doing virtual things online, especially since I'm not spending real money. I just do this, I just get my stuff by playing the game over a period of time. I do know, like, I made, like, the account that I'm using, I made that account, like, years ago to test out what Pokemon Trading Card Game Online was all about. So, and then, like, I just basically just dropped it off, was like, can't be bothered. Go back to playing other games. But now that I've played a lot of my other games, I have a lot more free time where I'm like, yeah, I could spare you know, 30 minutes at least. Just get the daily challenge and be done with that. And now that there's a Charizard deck, that was one of the big things, was discovering that they made a Charizard deck and it actually looked good. I'm gonna have to actually retreat here because I don't think Snorlax will survive. It's a sad story. But yeah, once I saw that that Charizard deck existed, I was like, yes, I need that now in my life. Good stuff there. A splash. Alright, since Snorlax did not level up, we're gonna have to fly back if I can actually hit the right buttons. So I will be back. I'll see you shortly on the open waters. And we're back. Just immediately go into another fight. This is fine. This is calculated. Alright, go to run mode. There you are. Knew there to be more trainers. Why are you riding a Pokemon? Can't you swim? Weirdly, I can't. I sink like a rock. That's not. Swimming's not my thing. I'm like, just say no to swimming. It's so much easier. Sink like a rock. I don't like getting water in my eyes. There's so much wrong with no, and people are like, oh, but you could cool off. I'm like, why are we outside in the first place? I'm like, if we wanted to stay cool, let's just stay inside. So much easier. Not to mention I could keep my clothes on and still be cool if I stay inside. I'm just saying. I truly am a genius ahead of my times. I'm like, air conditioning was invented for a reason. So that we don't ever have to go outside. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect! Alright, gotta do some switcheroos around. There we go, just a dude. No, stop it. I will say, it's also getting warmer out here in the desert, as one would expect. Actually, we had a bit of a, I don't want to say cold spell, but we had a bit of a cold front moving through. I think it was Monday. It was actually like, it was windy, we didn't get any rain or clouds. Like, no surprise there, but the morning, let me tell you. Mornings were back down to like low 60s. It was pretty exciting. It'll warm back up, obviously, but take the little wins. And it was like, the day it was like, I think it was like 85 as the high. It was like, versus like the usual, like what it should be, like low to mid 90s at this range. I'm just saying, if this is a result of global warming, we should keep it going. I'll see no downsides to this. Not that I support global warming in the first place, let's be real here. Let's be real here. And people are like, it's climate change. I'm like, climate changes, that's what happens. And they're like, that's not. I'm like, look. Like, was there an ice age? It's like, if there was an ice age, like, how many, just carbon dioxides do you think it took to warm up the planet? Like, greenhouse gases. Like, how many cars were burning fossil fuels to warm up out of the ice age? It scientifically makes more sense to say that we're not causing the Earth to warm up. Made it to Seafoam Islands, by the way. Ooh, but there is a person here. And I bet this person has Pokémon! Which is good, because I can keep talking about climate change. But no, it makes more sense, scientifically speaking, that the Earth fixed itself from the Ice Age, and then just forgot to turn off the heat. It just, in order to melt itself, it had to crank up its own heat. And there's, like, the other thing, like, that kind of supports this idea, in case you thought it was too crazy, is that in recent years, I'd say like 40, 50-ish years, like, there's been a new radiation that we've been detecting, which isn't coming from the sun. It's being generated from the Earth. Just food for thought. Anyway, so, normally, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go through here, through the Seafoam Islands. It's got caves and whatnot, but that is slow. There's another way to get around this. Actually, weirdly, I'm trying to actually go here. We're gonna go to Pallet Town, because there's two ways you get to Cinnabar Islands. It's just a little thing. Here we go. Hop back on the Lapras. And then we're gonna just sail straight down. I'm actually going to try to avoid the battles. For now, at the very least. I want to get to the island so that I can fly back there and heal. And do all the stuff necessary, essentially. But there's a bit of trainers. Plus, we can also just, if we wanted to... No. Good. It was rewarded with a Pokémon. Brilliant. But we can always sail back if needs be, if we need the extra XP and money. Which we probably do, if we're being honest. Like, let's not lie to ourselves, people. We need the experience. As you can see, much shorter trip to get all this. I will take the quick heal. Just get everybody back on their feet. Not even a problem. How am I doing on time? Actually doing really well. Yes! That's been a good day. But another reason why I choose to go through this route to get to Cinnabar Island after I've gotten the trainers essentially south of Fuchsia City is that when you leave Seafoam Islands, you have more trainers. Not like a super bunch. Not now, Tentacool. Stop trying to be in the spotlight. This is my show. Alright. But there's more trainers after you leave the Seafoam Islands. There's just all sadness. Look, just stop. This is... Righto, here we go. There's not a whole lot of trainers, but... like, it is something you have to fight your way through after going through the Seafoam Islands, which, if I remember off the top of my head, doesn't have any traders inside of it. It's just wild Pokemon battles. But as you can see, it's a bit of a level jump, not terribly so. But we shall make do with what we've got here. But yeah, no, it's just easier just to go south of Pallet Town, since it doesn't actually stop you. You can even technically, like, as soon as you get surfed, just go back to Pallet Town, surf your way down, and then, you know, get it so that you can fly there later. It's not completely necessary, but it's good stuff. And yes, we are gonna learn Psychic, because that's a super good move. Like, that is worth having on the Kadabra. That is gonna be his main cannon gun right there. I'm actually going to go... oh, I have to switch it during battle. I'm used to where it's... well, that worked well. I'm used to the newer generations where you can switch inside the menu. That's where it wants you to do all the things. Alright, keep on going. I think there's one more after this one. Just hard to say for sure. I don't like to go exploring in the ocean. Obvious reasons there of death and destruction. Left and right. Alright. Just go with Drillpex, I think it'll be faster. Yes. Oh no! I was worried about that. Ice-type moves from the Shelders. And Cloyster too, can't forget about those. 620 years. Another one. Bring it on. There we go. I did get a new water bottle. It's taken some time getting used to it. Because the old one I'd used for a good number of years. Like a very good number of years. It served its purpose well, but sadly, no longer safe to drink out of. Met its match, but this new one does pretty good work. No. And my attack fell. How dare you, sir? So this is one of the better things about the ice moves. So Charizard's Fire, who's normally resistant to ice-type moves, but he's also flying, which has a weakness. I'm gonna have to retreat anyway. But flying has a weakness to ice moves. Good thing I am confused, because it's what the doctor ordered. Nah, okay, that's actually really good. But I believe, and I'm pretty certain we'll see it, but in Gen 1, that weakness overrides his resistance, so he takes super effective damage from the sadness that is the ice moves. Oh, there's Firo. Alright, let's go heal back up. I believe there's only one more trainer left to find. I won't say no if there's more, but I think we will call it quits there. Yes, indeed. I must say, it is good to be back doing my usual song and dance here. And we'll pick this up next time with more on-site fighting on the water. I'll get my sentences right eventually. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care, everyone.